This experiment looks at one of the consequences of climate change, which is ocean acidification. So ocean acidification is what occurs when water in the ocean is met with carbon dioxide. So you have your H2O molecules combining with your CO2 molecules, and that is what creates a carbonic acid. So this is a simple experiment that you can replicate at home if you want. All you'll really need is cabbage, and then you'll need something like an acid. This is some white vinegar, and then an alkaline, which is baking soda over here. So this bottle back here is just some blended up cabbage water. So we're going to pour 3 glasses full of cabbage water. And so the reason we're using this is because cabbage is known is called an indicator. And so what that means is that as you change the pH level of the cabbage water, you're actually going to change the color of the water itself. So we have 3 cups here. We're going to keep this middle one as our control. And then we're going to add this white vinegar, which is about a 2 or a 3 on the pH scale. So that's on the acid side. 7 is what's neutral. So 7 is what you would call water. So we're only going to need a little bit of this white vinegar just because it's so acidic compared to water. So we just put a couple drops in here and mix it up. You'll see we're quickly turning that into a bright pink. And so what that's showing us is that we've changed the pH level of the water to an acid. So the reds and the pinks are on the acid side. So if we were to now add some baking soda, this is about an 8 on the pH scale. So it's a little bit farther away from or closer to neutral. So it's going to take a little bit more to get it back to that blue color. And we can continue adding more to change it. And if we kept adding more and more, we'd get almost more of a green color, but it would take quite a bit of baking soda to get there. So by adding baking soda back to this mixture, we're seeing, compared to our control here, we're pretty close to that bluish purplish color. And we can see that we're moving back towards neutral, back if we were to go even further towards an alkaline or a base. So that's kind of what we're seeing happen in oceans, is we're adding more acid to it, right? So we're adding carbon dioxide, we're making that carbonic acid. In terms of how this experiment works, we're making it more towards that pink or red color, and that has a lot of consequences for the sea life. And one other thing that we can use to show a difference in pH level and some causes here is when we breathe in, we're breathing in air that's more saturated with oxygen. When we're exhaling that transition, we're breathing out more carbon dioxide, right? And so if we were to take a glass, our third one here, and add a straw to it, and we maybe blow into this for about a minute, you can see that only after maybe a few breaths here that we're doing the same thing that we did with that white vinegar. We're changing the pH level to it. We're making this an acid as compared to the neutral that it was before. So you can imagine the consequences that this would have on a grand scale, such as the ocean and the sea life. So if this is something you wanted to replicate at home, it's very simple. Like I said, you just need cabbage and water. You want to get it to this kind of bluish, purplish color here to start with, and then you can see the effects between adding things like an acid or an alkaline to that water.